Okay, so these are called work applications, or sometimes they'll call them shared work problems. So the idea is something like this. You've got Bill who can paint the house in 5 hours, and Joe who can paint the house in 7 hours. How long will it take them if they both work together? So a couple ideas on this. So I used Bill and Joe, right? So if Bill takes 5 hours to do the whole job, then Bill has a rate, and his rate is for every hour he can get 1/5 of the job done. So you can think about that a little bit. It takes him 5 hours, right? So for each hour that goes by, he does 1/5 of the job. So 1 hour goes by, he's 1/5 of the way done. 2 hours go by, he's 2/5 of the job is done. So on and so forth. Joe takes 7 hours. He's a little slower. But he also has a rate, and his rate is, if he's just working by himself, he's getting 1/7 of the job done for every hour that goes by. Okay? So then we're back to this idea of rate times time. And then what's going to get completed is the job, okay? So the job in this case was painting the house. It takes Bill 5 hours, Joe 7 hours. Together, they're going to work together, and they're going to get the job done. Now, Bill's going to do more of the work because he's faster, but that's okay. All right. So the way you would set that equation up is 1/5 times t plus 1/7 times t. They're going to start the job. They're going to work the same amount of hours. They're going to start the job at the same time and end at the same time. And together, that's going to complete one job. So one painted house. We don't usually say all that. We just say one. Okay, but that's the idea. Now, when you think about this problem, if it takes Bill 5 hours and it takes Joe 7 hours, and they're going to work together, then the whole job better take less than 5 hours, because Bill can do it by himself in 5 hours. So a lot of times I see crazy answers from students like, oh, it's going to take them 35 hours or 12 hours or something. No, it better take less than 5 if they're both working together. Okay? All right, so keep that in mind. So now we have an actual example here. One gardener can mow a golf course in 4 hours. Okay, so that's one person. While another gardener can mow the same golf course in 6 hours. Okay, so they don't get names, but gardener 1 and gardener 2. Okay, how long would it take if the two gardeners worked together to mow the golf course? Okay, so it's very similar to that paint problem I was doing. The first gardener, he gets 1/4 of the job done for every hour, and we don't know how long it is, but I'll use T for time, or you could use H for hours. He's going to get 1/4 of the job done for every hour that goes by. The other gardener, he gets 1/6 of the job done for every hour that goes by. They're going to work together, so we take the amount of work. So this represents how much work is actually being done by gardener 1. We take how much work he gets done plus how much work this guy gets done, and it has to equal one mowed golf course. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to rewrite that so it looks nice. I wish that wouldn't do that. 1/4 t plus 1/6 t equals 1. All right, these are rational expressions. So you can multiply by the LCD. The LCD is going to be 12. So multiply by 12 on both sides, the whole equation. So 12 times 1/4 t plus 12 times 1/6 t equals 12 times 1. So don't forget to do that 12 on the other side. That's a common mistake students make. You have to multiply that 1 by 12. Okay, 4 goes into 12 3 times, so I get 3t. 6 goes into 12 2 times, so I get 2t equals 12. So 3 and 2 is 5. 3t plus 2t is 5t equals 12. And then I'm going to divide by 5. And so t is going to be, now usually they'll put these as a mixed number. This is one of the times when they do that. So 2 2/5 of an hour. And that would be fine for an answer. Sometimes they'll want it in minutes, so then you have to figure out what 2/5 of an hour is. But you could use a proportion. So 2/5 of an hour has to equal x out of 60. Well, it's 2/5 of 60. Yeah, that will work. Anyway, let's see. I was thinking you were going to get 24 minutes. Let me make sure that I'm telling you right. 5x equals 120. Yeah, so that's 24 minutes, right? Okay, but you can figure out how to do that part. So 2 hours and 24 minutes. I don't care if you leave it as 2 2/5 hours. So it just depends on how they want the answer. Okay? All right, so that is a shared work problem.